information about it. Just was like, it's pretty cool if I can get out off this little island, and do some maybe just bigger festivals for like 3 or 4 songs just to get the word out there.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I have to look into that.
Do some maybe just bigger festivals for
Right.
3 or 4 songs.
2 seconds. I just need to go up to here. I need to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh, I know what it is. Me that started on my phone. Apologies for that. Here we go. Right. This is what we wanted. We need disco lighting.
Yeah.
We need to be playing it through your stereo too.
Can you hear that?
Dialed in there, Richard.
I can hear it. Yeah.
You want the disco lighting?
But it's not, when it comes out of your stereo, it sounds warmer. When it comes out of your phone, it sounds tinny.
Where's the lead? I'll do this later on, and I'll plug it into the amplifier.
Don't get strained.
But in the meantime, here's the disco lighting. Okay. Ready?
Yeah, all right.
Ready?
The disco lights on Linda's artwork.
Hey, look at that!
You guys are funny.
Yeah, but you knew that. You knew that ages ago.
Are you going to turn your record into a clock, Paul?
A clock?
Remember your record that you got from Linda?
Oh, yeah.
Right over there.
Well, actually, I did the same with the guitar a while back. I turned it into a clock.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's good.
Well, seeing as the record was already round, I think that's what Jamie, Sam William Henry 582 is doing.
Yeah, dude, I'm round, but it doesn't mean I want to make myself into a clock.
Ah.
Please don't get strained. Right.
That's there's something about these songs that I listen to them now. They come through, and it's like that line there. It really hit me the other day. Like, may we finally find out who's to blame. We're still waiting.
Yes.
You know? And it's one of those things that just wrote, and then, but then I'm like, oh, that's actually a pretty strong line. Like, we're still waiting. Figure out what happened.
May we find out who's to blame. He's a legal stain. Anyway, no. Sorry.
I think that's a little mashup of 2 different lines there.
Dude, I love those lines, but yes, that's why. Yeah. Because they rhymed and they went together. So there you go.
Yeah, good one.
I do love that one though. Legal stain.
Yeah.
Legal stain.
I love it. Yeah. I think it should be a shirt myself.
There you go.
I mean, I'm serious.
With a big old picture of him on it. And then like a picture of a phone next to it saying, "Hey, hot young nymph" on it, and then dot.
That's right. Yeah. I was thinking about there'll be some on the next sort of progress in the case, or whether it's this next one or the one after. There'll be another interview with that guy. It makes me sick that they still give him airtime. They cut him slack. They value his opinion, even though he has no ethics. I mean, it's blatant. So.
Yeah, but that's just journalism, isn't it? They'll go for any kind of story. My favorite thing is everything he says you can throw away. That's my favorite line of all. The whole song. I remember it was the first song of yours I ever heard when there was about 7 people and their dog had listened to it, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, well, my dog
now
for
it's
sure.
700 in their dogs, right?
It's about there.
Yeah, talking about dogs, is that little dog that was licking you yesterday? I take it it's okay. It didn't need to go to the vet or anything.
No. God.
Your little friend, hey?
Yeah, you're talking about on my Facebook post. Yep.
Yeah.
Roxy.
Roxy. Yeah.
And every time I go there, Roxy comes running down the staircase. And if Roxy doesn't immediately realize I'm there, the client will say, Roxy, your boyfriend's here, and you'll just see little Roxy come down the staircase. It's freaking hilarious. And then the whole time I'm there, she'll just kind of follow me around as I go from place to place and do what I'm doing. And she'll just sit there and watch me work or whatever, you know. It's funny. And then when I get close to the couch, she knows she can jump up onto the back of the couch and get closer up to me. So that's where I took the picture. I was there. I went ahead and was petting her and kneeled down and was petting her. And then that's when I took the picture, like, because she was just licking my face and everything. It was
Nice.
Bluey is going to get jealous.
What?
Bluey is going to get
Blue?
jealous.
Yeah, Blue. Oh, yeah.
Is he
Saw
blue?
Blue this week, too, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. You never shared a picture of him on Facebook. You see, he's gonna get jealous.
You're a regular Dr.
also-
Doolittle.
I also
with the
shared-
peacocks.
Yeah, the peacocks. I was going to say, I also shared 2 peacocks, so. Anyways.
Do you know? I was listening to one of your live chats, and you had the other Paul.
Oh, by the way, I have a very hot post going today, by the way, folks, about Brendan Dassey. So if you head over to Facebook, like and share it for me. Thanks. There you go.
Well, I think you're doing a video later on, aren't you?
I'm also planning to go live later. Yes.
Live later. Yeah.
You can jump on with me if you want, Stace.
Sure.
Around.
I don't know what I'll be doing, but
We'll
it's
see.
very
I'll let
rare
you know.
that I just came home for lunch. There's
Yeah.
nobody here. We have company right now, so there's about 7 or 8 people here. They're all out. And then I saw that link from Paul or the comment. And I
Yeah.
was like, hey, I can actually do it right now. So, but later might be a bit hard, but you never know.
Oh, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
If you can, you can. You can't, you can't. No
Yeah.
worries.
Yeah.
So,
And just before we go any further, people should know that we were laughing at the start because when I'd invited you all on, the dude had put down. He'd said, "I bet you $10 that Stacey will be too busy with his cows." So
I said cow duty, DUTY.
Yeah.
And then I said, or is it duty, DOODY?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Stacey says, "Right, I'm okay to join. Just send me the link." And then he sent the comment, "That's you $10 down, buddy."
Yeah, that's right.
Nobody took the bet, though, so I don't know who I'm paying.
Everyone.
Yeah. Till we next meet again. That's right. Probably in Scotland or something next time.
Yes. Yeah.
Or
Hello,
Canada.
Sharon. Hello, Ali. Hello, everybody out there.
Yeah. No, I was
Hey,
going to point out that in one of your chats, I think it was about a week ago, when you had the other Paul from Live on Your Sofa and a few other people, and at the very start, you were talking about when Mammothon finished after 48 hours, and like 3 hours later, Stacey came up with this little video where he's going,
3 hours, was it?
3 hours later,
Like
he's going,
half an hour. It was great.
you know, and he got the phone. Where's my phone? No, he's got the phone like this. And he's going, is anybody alive? Is anybody alive? And you know what? It's only 3 weeks ago that we were in Manitowoc.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was 3 weeks ago about this sort of time. Okay, Manitowoc time, but it was about 9 o'clock when I first met up with Stacey and the Hod in Manitowoc in the Irish bar.
I'm hearing an alarm. I just got 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You and Eunice got there on Thursday night and met up with Stacey and Mark. Right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like already. Well, sorry, not already, but I am still missing all the fun that we had. You know,
I know.
and I know we were there for a serious thing, you know, like something very serious, but
Right.
still didn't hold the fact that it was seriously good fun.
I'm so glad I got to spend a week in Australia, because
Yeah.
if I hadn't had enough time there, that would have really been it would have been kind of a downer coming home if I hadn't but we got to go around and do so much and see so much. I mean, I feel very satisfied, and that's what I want to do with Manitowoc next year, because I keep rushing it. And like, even though I gave myself an extra day this year, it just still wasn't like enough. I just, and Mark, the Hod was quick to tell me, It's like, yep, you need to plan for a week next year. I'm like,
yeah,
I know. I wanted to do it this year, but after I'd already gone to Australia for a week, you know, asking my boss for another week, it was likely to precipitate some resentment and some fucking bullshit. So I didn't want to really have that going on with my boss right now. So next year.
Route 66, man. Route 66. That's what we need to do.
Yeah. Well, then we end up spending that week driving. So
but if we bring the magnets along with us.
Well, yeah.
That's true. Well, first of all, there's every possibility that this time next year, or sorry, 3 weeks previously, but you know, come sometime in July.
Actually,
next year.
I believe they are moving it to July, so it's still time next year.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say was how good was the after party at the Baymont?
That was great. The whole experience was great.
I particularly enjoyed the Baymont because of the fact that it was a bit chilly, and I know Sharon Sunshine. Yeah, you know, I'm used to the weather. You know, I'm used to weather. You know, the dude isn't used to weather, but I am used to weather. And if it's cold, it doesn't bother me. You know, I've got plenty of insulation. But certainly for the ladies, they were seriously starting to suffer from hypothermia, and some of them don't exactly carry the same sort of excess, you know, to keep them warm that I certainly do. You know, so I mean, I felt not too bad.
My sweater jacket that I bought at Costco, dude, that thing has been such a lifesaver for me because that's what allows me. Because remember, I bought this thing. I had it about maybe 2 weeks. It's the one I wear, the big black one you've seen me wear sometimes, right? It's really thick. Right. It's got it's almost furry on the inside. It's just, you know, very warm. And I remember I went to Utah a week after I bought it, dude, and I was like having to go outside, you know, and stuff like that. And I would always wear shorts because that's just who I am. And so that jacket like literally saved my butt. I mean, it's, you know, so I take that thing everywhere. So I get it. Not everybody has that. And it was bad. It was like you'd go inside and it would just be like so hot, like just beyond hot. Like you would get really overheated pretty quick. Then you'd go outside and it was like literally a freaking freezer. So it was like you're just like going back and forth from these extremes, you know, all night. And I thought that was one thing that was kind of odd about it, but it was still a hell of a lot of fun. There were so many people, so much, you know, just, you know, it was still a lot of fun, but that was one thing that was troubling the temperature difference.
Yeah, that's interesting because the difference between hot-blooded and cold-blooded animals is the cold-blooded animals cannot control their temperature the way you've just described. So maybe you're not a Sasquatch after all. You know, maybe you're some sort of.
Wouldn't Sasquatch be a mammal, which would be more warm-blooded?
Exactly, and you're definitely not warm-blooded if you're suffering those sort of temperature extremes. You know, not able to control.
I'm suffering those temperatures.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah. Okay.
Havering, folks. Watch out.
Havering alert. Havering alert.
You're gonna have to put a sign up. Havering.
Yeah, that's right.
Caution, havering ahead.
Yes. No, I mean, how good was it that all? I mean, that place. I don't think you've ever, in any of the videos, really got a perception of how big that area that at the Baymont Hotel. It's where they serve breakfast in the morning.
Yeah,
and it's a massive area, and it was full, and it was. I mean, I think all the seats were taken.
And of course, it was bleeding out onto the little patio, like I said.
Yes, patio. Yep. There were some people out there. It was funny. Eunice said to me, "Scott's there," and I said, "Oh yeah, I know he's here. I was speaking to him earlier, meaning Scott Ellis." He said, She said, "No, Scott Haddock's here." I said, "Oh, is he?" Mm-hmm. Right, okay. You know, I wasn't gonna try and our paths did not cross. I would put it that way. Our paths did not cross. But But anyway, I just wanted to move on to first of all, yes, today's date, the 4th of July. Is there some sort of party going on in America on the 4th of July?
All over.
Well, you see, the thing
everybody's barbecuing, setting off some sort of pyrotechnic devices, most likely, and drinking lots of beer or alcohol.
Right. I mean, the two things I would have to give you credit for, dude. The two things are your knowledge of, one, wrongful convictions, and two, history. I think your knowledge of history is quite impressive. It's nearly as good as your knowledge of wrongful convictions. But can you just explain what actually happened? What year was it that all this partying first started? What's it all about? Is there some connection with the British here?
I believe so. That's why I was telling people on Facebook today that you were mumping because you were on the side that lost and you had to go to work today.
Cheers, buddy. Oh, dude.
And then when you said that, you said FOD or whatever it was. Yeah. So then I said to that, I said, now, don't get your UK knickers in a bunch. Oh my Lord.
So here's one of the things that has cropped up from time to time. One or two people have mentioned this to me, and I would like an honest perception of this. That as a result of American independence, you got these various, you drew up a constitution. Am I right?
The Declaration of Independence,
and then you added certain amendments to them.
And then, right?
Yes. Is that right? I'm, as I say, I'm not an expert on history. I'm relying on you to keep me right.
Technically, Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence in 1776, and I believe the Continental Congress came up with the Constitution following that. Right. I think I think it was after the war with the British and the war was won. Then they developed the Continental Congress, and they started fleshing out the Constitution. That's the way I believe it went. First, we had to kick your asses off our soil. So.
See, the thing is, to me, it's like, and I'm hoping, obviously, to do a video at some point with a certain friend of ours about the various, countries that we've been to, including America, Australia. I mean, I've been to likes of Amsterdam as well, and a few other places, and to me, it's like both America and Australia, as far as I'm concerned, the UK is like the mother of, America and Australia. We are the mother.
I'm sure that's what you guys tell yourselves now. I'm sure. Yeah.
I mean, you've got
small consolations and all.
I mean, everybody, a lot of people over there in America have got fairly strong links to the UK. Okay. I know you have. You've got strong links to Scotland.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's so. Okay, you're saying about this.
A great many generations removed, but Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously at some point it built up whereby the British that went to America got fed up of the British that was still in Britain controlling what was going on in America. Am I right?
Right.
Yeah.
They came over here. They had freedom and decided they didn't want to listen to a stupid king who was, more concerned about his own, pleasure and what he wanted instead of what was important for the people. And people knew that, and that's why they were sick of it. And then when he wanted to keep taxing them, they were, hey, they bolted.
But you're still British, really.
They're still British, but hey, dude, what are you gonna say? Are you saying you didn't have any malcontents in Britain back then? People who thought that the system was corrupt and messed up and screwed up?
Oh, yes.
I'm sure they did, because they, a lot of the people that came here were fleeing religious persecution.
Yeah.
Because of the Catholic Church and this and that, and the Catholic Protestant, off with your heads. It was getting ridiculous. So, they came across over to America and were like, oh, it's so nice here. We don't have to worry about anybody trying to cut our heads off.
I would agree. I mean, the Capaldis originally left Italy at the turn of the 1900s, heading for America. And some of them only got as far as the UK, and some of us are still here. It's what I was really going to ask though is this: is there, because I've had this pointed out to me by more than one people, and I would like a genuine, honest attempt at answering this question. Is there, as far as you're concerned, such thing as American exceptionalism, whereby there are certain parts of this Constitution that there are some people in your country who still live in this sort of year of 1776?
I assume you're headed in the direction of the Constitution is coming up short on helping us out with certain legal issues. Is that where you're headed?
Very, very much so. I mean, there was a very interesting program, wasn't there? A Netflix documentary called 13th.
13th. I haven't gotten to watch that yet because I got so into Exhibit A, which was also fascinating.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I would agree with you there. No, one of them is, and it's a real bugbear of mine. This right to bear arms is just such a crass thing over there, And I mean,
American way, buddy.
Can I be honest with you? I saw as many guns in London as I did in America.
Yeah.
The only time I ever saw any guns was at the airports.
Okay.
So I what's with this need to have them? I mean, you don't need them.
Paul, I don't have any guns. I don't know how to answer your question.
Okay.
I don't have any.
Good. So here's another thing that I.
That doesn't mean that I won't ever have one, because I have considered it, but I would be a responsible gun owner if I choose to do that. And that's the way more people do. Hey, look, Paul. Should we stop cooking with fire because it burns houses down? Should we just give up fire altogether? It's destructive and uncontrolled. It can be very damaging. So should we give up all fire too? I mean, that's kind of where that's where it's like, I don't know. And the other side of it is, dude, if you try to take the guns away from the Americans who really care about their right to bear arms, you're going to have civil war. That's the reality of it, because they're not going to give them up. And they're going to rather go down fighting than give them up.
Well, I would just like to point out that I thank you for your and sincere and genuine answer, because I think you have answered that in a way that reflects, I suspect, quite a lot of the people, that they do, as you said, it's a difficult thing. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, isn't it, in America? I appreciate your frankness in actually answering that, because I think it is an important issue. I think if Mark was here, he would be pointing out that they had the same issues in Australia. That they gave up the guns. My answer to this would always be, check out a video by Charlie Berens. Now, we all think of Charlie Berens as this fun-loving character called Charlie from Manitowoc Minute, but check out Charlie Berens' Trump's pro-gun tweet. Are you typing that in now? Are you?
No. You said Charlie Barron. Charlie Barron's is retweeting.
It's Trump's
pro-gun tweet.
Pro-gun tweet. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Check it out because I think it's quite interesting. As you know, I do.
That's the type of thing you should be finding right now and putting it up as a screen share for everybody to see.
Well, do you see, the thing is, I'm not very technically minded, but I know somebody that is. and also if I'm very nice to him, he might do it for me. The other thing I would say I really enjoyed about the trip to Manitowoc was on the Sunday when we got to go across to Eagle Nations.
Yeah,
and your Progo is grow pro, whatever it's called. It's really good. The image you get out of it is fantastic. So I'm actually thinking of getting one for use with the band so that I can take better clips. But what I was thinking,
you want to buy mine?
Sorry?
I want to buy the new one now that can go live.
Right. No, I was going to go down to Argos. You can get one for, I think it's 15 quid, and you can add a memory card with it for another 15 quid. So for 30 quid you get all the accessories. But what I was thinking was that what I need to do is am I right in saying that it was originally designed for like motorcyclists so that they can actually, on their helmet, they can show what actually happened while they're driving along, Right. So I'm thinking in the Cayley band, do you think it would look good if I was to put like some sort of helmet on with a camera on the top as I'm playing live?
There you go.
Stacey, do you think that would look?
Hey, you never know, Paul. You got to give it a shot.
Yeah.
Try it out.
I noticed in your latest video that somebody had nicked your harmonica.
No, it was there.
Because you ended up having to.
I decided to do the whistling. You want to include people. Everyone can whistle.
Yeah.
Almost everybody.
Well, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So the people want us to actually talk about MAM at some point.
Yes.
So.
Did we mention the car magnets? Or
a little bit, yeah.
Had we started?
Does everybody know about Don Ethan's Justice Mobile?
It's interesting. It's one of these ideas that, for me, it's funny because it's something you could never foresee, the little side branches that come off a creative venture. And so I write a song and this stuff happens. Who could have foreseen that I would have gone to Australia with you guys, all this stuff,
Yeah.
And then there's these, Don, I think he's from Colorado, and he starts to sing with his own mobile, and that was kind of fun at the rally, and now he's starting to pump them out and got an idea going, and I don't know how far it'll go, but I think last time he messaged me, he was up to 6 JM. He's up to JM6, so it's pretty funny. It's good. Let the music pump out of those cars. Hopefully, it'll make people look into the case.
Yeah. What does the JM6 stand for?
Justice Mobile. He calls his
right. Yes.
Justice Mobile 1, and so he said JM1, and then I guess a few other people have bought these magnets, and they're going to be just sort of promoting the cause, and so I think there's 6 people. He's trying to get one in every state or something. So it's it's funny. It's cool. I like how these off spins happen.
Yeah. Well, I am number 6.
You are right on.
Yes. Yeah, nice. I'm number 6. So I'm going to get them and put them on Eunice's car because she's got the black.
Right.
She's got the black Audi, so I think it'll look good. Not that we get, obviously we're not a densely populated area here in the borders, but Next month we'll be traveling down to Liverpool, so I know that going down the motorway, it'll be nice. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that a little bit like going to the the presentations by the various attorneys. I was struck by how much people, particularly at the Enmore, wanted to be photographed with yourself and the dude, and themselves with the banner. I thought that was really good. I enjoyed that a lot. I thought that was excellent.
There's something that's been ever since the sort of thing. There is something to be said about it's not really how many people. So you're in the borders, and I might be on a small island, and different size cities and stuff. But it's not. We all want to get the word out to as many people as we can. But I think just standing up. This is what gets me: is that just standing up, even if you're only in contact with 5 people. The act of standing up is way more powerful than how many people you eventually reach. The act of standing up, and I was talking to people at the rally about this, is it sparks something not only in yourself, but it sparks other people to allowing them to believe they matter and they have a voice. And that's been something that's just floored me for the last 6 months, really, is because I'm very honest about what my music is and its reach. And so I don't have any grandiose plans, but it's actually really helped me to believe in myself, and it's been great, and so I think those magnets, whether you're 5 people see them or not, I mean, just talking about it, doing this stuff, I sent Richard messages, months ago saying, hey, this is what you're doing is big, even though, you don't want to think about it that way. It's actually standing up. It doesn't. We all believe in the cause, but the cause doesn't matter. It's because when you have conviction, it sparks that in other people. And I think that's one of the best things that's happened to me with this whole experience.
Excellent, Stacey. Did I notice you've got a guitar on?
Yeah, no, I do, but I have no. I'm at a different house right now, so I have no stand. I got the guitar right. Where is it? There. There's part of it anyway.
I thought you were going to give us a tune.
Yeah, I don't think I could. People can just go. They know where to find me. They're probably so tired. It's funny because that last song came out, and I just thought I can't do another one. But they just. I'm not in control here. So, and to be honest, that last one I really love for some reason right now. I love it. So, very country.
I think there's something wrong with Hangouts right now, and for some reason, it's only showing Paul. I don't know why.
That's what people want to see.
I'm seeing Stacey in the Hangout, but I'm not seeing it's stuck on Paul. Oh wait, now it's switched to me.
Yeah.
So now I see me on YouTube. I don't know, Ali. I'm not sure why it's not switching to Stacey.
No.
They want their eye candy, I mean, what do you?
I mean, what has Stacey got that we haven't?
A guitar. That's it.
He's got a guitar. He's got a guitar and a smile.
Yeah. Smile, dude.
Oh, dear.
But we're out of a lull in the case, eh? And so all this stuff that we can, I'm not one to branch off. I understand why other people do. Branch off into other subjects and stuff. So it's no judgment there, but that's why some of this stuff I've been doing, like the videos and stuff, I'm almost thinking of putting little excerpts out on YouTube, just little half interviews or 5-minute videos, because to get good content relevant to the case, I think was one of my goals, and I think I got people coming in. I think they're returning. But anyways, so it's important to keep that content going, because there is only a handful of us that are really interested. I mean, you can tell by the numbers, and so the JM Mobile, that's a great idea. Keep pumping out the videos regarding MAM, and hopefully we'll get a decision somehow from Kathleen or Judge Flowers, something soon.
Yeah.
What?
Well, that's it. Judge Flowers got herself another 90 days because she needs time to try to write this BS decision and hope that the appellate court's not going to just throw it right back in her face. You know, so it takes time to create that kind of BS. So
I don't know if you saw my what I was saying is what's going to happen in that case is she's going to take about 85 days, and then she's going to recuse herself, and then they're going to get another month or two to get someone new, and then that's what I figure is going to happen in this.
That would be crazy if she did that.
Well, but that's their delay tactic. That's the best trajectory for those people in that thing.
So I would imagine that the appeals court would be like, so what the hell have you been doing for the last 175 days? You have nothing to show for 175 days? I mean, I can imagine them being pretty pissed off about that if it came to that. But
they're not really worried about that, though, are they? They don't seem to be too concerned.
Well, I don't know. They didn't seem too amused with the fact that the state was arguing procedure solely.
Right.
When this stuff surfaced, and so I could tell they didn't seem too amused with that. So I don't know. It's hard to say, but
yeah. Well, I just wish something would come along because it's been a long time. So
yeah. Well, you know.
But I think that is the trajectory of the state's path is delay as long as they can without getting in too much trouble, and that'll be the way it goes for the next 2 years here.
Right.
You know, and like everyone goes, hey, talk about next year's rally, and they're like, well, maybe we won't have one, and I'm like, that would be great. You know, everyone agrees.
It would be, yeah.
But realistically, you're going. It took 175 days so far to get a decision on this. I mean, there's going to be a rally next year. You know, like unless something really drastic happens, which would be awesome. But yeah. So we start planning.
Yeah, I know.
You know, the one thing about the rally there.
Yeah.
It wasn't as bad. Sort of. I did have a serious amount of fear when that Manitowoc Sheriff's Office military vehicle went in front of me. That was actually serious. Like a little, you know, like fear was in me. I was like, oh God, what have I done here? I've moved into the lion's den. But it was pretty chill, you know. It felt pretty comfortable in Manitowoc, and you realize that they're not on this case like we are.
No,
they don't care about us, you know. It's like we're wingnuts to them in a way, you know. So
I suppose.
Yeah.
They may try to dismiss us that easily in their own minds, but
although I think
the facts are pretty loud.
Yeah. Well, the more that comes out, the more they'll just have to pay attention. But I did think it was interesting, and I think maybe a concerted effort that zero media was there. That's, you know, you'd think one or two people would have shown up.
Maybe, yeah, you'd think.
Yeah. And, you know, I know you saw my comment to John Farrak there. On
yes.
Yeah. I thought he would, I mean, I don't know. And hey, we all have life. Who knows what he was going through at that particular time. But, gee, I thought he was going to be there for sure.
It would have been cool. I mean,
yeah.
It would have been way cool.
Yeah, so.
So, hopefully next year, though, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Hey,
talking about it. And, you got to keep back.
Let's keep talking about Avery.
Keep talking about it. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, I got to go because I can hear the hordes are back. So, nice talking to you both. Nice seeing you.
Oh,
seems like longer than 3 weeks, eh?
Yeah. It seems like the ages, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, Australia was 5 years ago. And, hey, anyways, glad to pop in. Say hi to everyone for me, and we'll see you around.
Yep, we'll see you, Stacy.
Okay, take care. Yeah.
So, yeah. For some strange reason, it's correct. The screen keeps alternating between.
Yeah, it was only going between you and I. It wasn't going to Stacy. I don't know why.
Well, I think I set it to that.
Oh, they are getting ready to get rid of Hangouts coming up on August 1st. So less than a month, Hangouts won't exist anymore.
No, I think I got it set to this setting whereby if you're too cool, you get deleted. You know. Anyway, I've got one more question, okay, and I would put it sort of like this to begin with. After SCOTUS refused to look at Brendan's case, as you know, I sent my email to Steve Drizzen, to which I got a reply. And this is in no ways am I, I was really pleased to get the reply, and I felt really bad for Steve. And I think you know what he replied with, and it was the fact that, 10 years seems a long time, and to Brendan it is, because at that point he'd been, locked up for 10 years. But in the case of in these sort of cases, sometimes it takes 20, 30, 40 years to get people out. You remember at the end of the staircase, I was really annoyed with Orlando Hudson, but on the other hand, I did appreciate his honesty in actually speaking to the cameras and trying to say that after 17 years, it proves that the as he called it, the justice system works.
Right.
And I'm sorry, I would say no, that does not prove that the justice system works, because you've got other cases. You've got things like, you remember Devontae Sanford. I mean, I was completely wrong, and I do apologize. I thought that Kim Worthy had gone on to do some good. It turns out that she's now of the opinion that even if you're innocent, if you have taken a plea deal, then that's all that matters.
Yeah, well, that's because she's not embodying the spirit of what a DA or a district attorney is supposed to be, a prosecutor is supposed to be. She's supposed to be acting as the gatekeeper to make sure that unlawful prosecution isn't pursued and all that. She doesn't care about that. And that kind of attitude that she has right there just proves it. Look, she can say stupid things like that, and maybe some people will go, okay, maybe that's all right. Nah, look at it this way. She knew that Devontae Sanford was innocent 8 days after she convicted him. She knew. She absolutely knew. Okay? It was undeniable. And she could have prosecuted the other person for it and let Devontae Sanford go after 8 days. Guarantee you Devontae Sanford's settlement would have been minimal after 8 days of a wrongful conviction. Then it would have been when it eventually reached 14, 15 years when he was finally exonerated, and it cost a lot more money. So if you really think you want to believe or go get along or get on board with what Kim Worth says, like she said there, if you think that works for you, think about the state of Michigan, which already it doesn't have a whole lot of money to be thrown around, because look what's happening in Flint. I mean, that situation seems to go from bad to worse all the time. So, I mean, it's not like they're flush with money there. So, are you guys good with a brazen cowboy prosecutor like Kim Worth, who doesn't care about justice? Up to you guys.
Not only that, but you've got the likes of Linda Fairstein, who still hangs on to the fact that they admitted their guilt, therefore they are guilty, even though it cost New York State or New York County or whatever it was.
The Nancy Grace School of Crime.
Yeah.
And punishment. Yeah.
41 million it cost to those five. And I really hope that Kevin Richardson has got his trumpet back on and he's playing a bit of Miles Davis. But my point would be this, that so you've got Penny Bernstein knew that it wasn't Steve straight away.
She had an idea. She had reason to doubt very quickly. Yes.
She went to the sheriff's department.
Disturbing phone calls from Gregory Allen. He was breathing, saying things to really, put her off and get her all, scared or whatever and all that. And when she asked Peterson about it, he basically just told her, no, we got the right guy. Don't worry about this. We're taking care of it.
Yeah.
And that's basically,
In fact,
still got more calls. It's still, it was just.
Yeah. In fact, back then it would have been Kasurek, but yeah. And then Peterson, I think, took over in 2000, or 19. Yeah. But the point is that we had tweets a couple of days back that we had a bit of a debate over. I would put it like this: that to me, the way that Kathleen Zellner is trying to get Steve out, it's a little bit different to the way that Steve Drizzen and Laura Nyrider are trying to deal with Brendan. That they seem to be working off, as I would put it, two different playbooks. Would you concur with that? That there seems to be differences in the way
playbook as opposed to the Nyrider Drizzen playbook. Yeah, two different playbooks, two completely different playbooks,
which
completely different styles of,
which one. And I know this is a really difficult question, and I apologize for putting you on the spot. Which one do you think ultimately is going to be the more successful? Which one do you think could have the opportunity to, at some point in the future, become the established norm?
I don't honestly think I can honestly say. I mean, I'll put it this way. The way I am geared, I'd prefer to see the kind of less flamboyant approach of Nyrider and Drizzen.
Yeah.
Ultimately be more successful. I'd like to see them both be successful to start out, but ultimately I'd like to see that one be more successful. But yet I know how our country is. I know how the world is. I know how people are, and the sensational and the flamboyant and all that. It draws their attention better. It just has more effectiveness catching people's attention because people like shiny things. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of one of those things like that, right? And so I can see where there's a good chance that the flamboyant kind of style of Zellner could be more effective. So I can acknowledge that. So it's hard for me to say, but ultimately when it comes down to it, I would like to see the more respectful or less flamboyant kind of way of the way that Drizzen and Nyrider do it personally.
You see, I suppose that's probably where we do kind of differ, don't we? Because I'm looking at it from the outside, and I would say that
I think the sunlight shines out of Zellner's butthole. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just
No. I just feel that there needs to be less of this sort of, I felt sorry for Steve Drizzen in that email because you could tell he was so hurt by the fact that the scooters as I call it, you know what I'm like, that they had refused to even look at this case that was so important, and they could have really done a huge lot of good by looking back at that.
Hashtag ball dropped.
Yeah. So therefore we don't want we don't want the lawyers to act like all they're interested is what's going on on social media.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't help feeling that I'm reminded, and I actually sent him a message today, Sean Atwood. To tell him that I enjoyed my time in Manitowoc, and sent him a wee video. That wee video I put together of the last 3 weeks thing.
Right.
And do you remember when SCOTUS refused, and he did a video?
When who did a video?
Sean Atwood.
Yeah.
He was very much of the opinion it's time the people took over, and it's time that you went and banged on the door of that castle up there and said,
Right.
it's time you stopped holding our people hostage.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He told the story of Right.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, it concerns me the way that they don't seem to be, as you say, following the same playbook. Look, the only way Brendan gets out when he's 59 is if he admits his guilt.
Right.
I think we've got to really, really, get stuck behind Zellner. I don't know what the hell they're playing at. Why it's taken them so long why it's taken Judge Suck at this to take so long. I heard you discussing a bit of it. She's got 180 days, and then what? It took what was it? What was that guy that ran the world in 180 days?
Jackie Chan?
No, the other fella in the balloon. I can't remember. It doesn't matter.
Actually, I haven't watched that movie all the way through.
Around the world in Phileas Fogg. Was it Phileas Fogg? Around the world in 80 days. Was it 80 days or 180 days? I can't remember. Anyway, Jules Verne, yeah.
Yep,
Phileas Fogg. Phileas Fogg. That was it. Yeah. It's far too long a time, and it just struck me that the dichotomy between Kathleen Zellner saying, thank goodness, after 34 years, Penny Bernstein is finally coming forward and saying,
right,
they basically coerced me.
Mm-hmm.
Is
right.
what she's saying, isn't she?
Right. It's and roundabout, yeah. Well, and the memory expert that got used at the Ed 85 trial, that guy. He testified for the defense, but Bogle ended up using his rationale to discredit every single defense witness. It's like that whole stuff about the muddying of memory it made a whole farce of Stephen's 85 trial. It just ended up because Vogel ended up using it for his own benefit, and it was crazy. But it's true. The memory can be kind of, modeled a little bit. Especially soon after, if you've got other people there suggesting things or whatever, that you can actually remember things differently a couple days after that, incorporating things that were said to you that weren't even, it's so the whole thing is how the memory can be a funny thing. But yes, these cops were working very hard to get her to pin it on Stephen.
I suppose I better let you go, dude, because you've got stuff to be getting on with, and I've kept you long enough, and I really appreciate having you come on and have a wee chat with me, and Denman. Thank you to Denman to joining in. Thank you to everybody that's come and joined us. Hopefully we'll get together. That was the other thing I was going to say. That little clip of video I sent you was from no. So it's okay. No, it's the other bit I sent you was featuring Voldemort. Was from a film called In Bruges. It's available now on Netflix. I would advise anybody that wants to just take a wee break from all this wrongful conviction stuff. If you want a good laugh, watch the film In Bruges, and it gives me a chance to mention Jerome, doesn't it? Because he's from Belgium.
Yep.
And do you know where Bruges is?
You're gonna say it's in Belgium, right?
Are you going to say it's in Belgium?
I don't know. I'm not sure where Bruges is.
It's in Belgium.
Oh, there you go.
It's in Belgium. So yes, I would definitely suggest if you're just wanting a little bit of light entertainment. It's a really funny film. Please go and watch it. But I think you've got a little clip lined up for us that Mark sent us. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, dude, can I just say thanks very much for joining us. Do you know what I do often of a weekend?
What?
I go and play at weddings.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yes. And I thought this was absolutely brilliant. So thanks to Mark for sending this, because I thought this was absolutely hilarious. I killed myself laughing at this. Can you put it on for us?
All right. Well, there was it.
Thanks. Cheers, dude. That was absolutely brilliant. I did laugh at that. I just got a message to say that if you continue to broadcast that, your hangouts will be ended. So
No.
never mind. We'll wait and see. You still there, dude?
Huh?
Yeah. Oh, excellent.
Hold on. Let me get it off of
Yeah, no worries.
screen share. There you go.
So I don't know where he would have got that from, because he sent me a few things. Do you remember the horse race with the commentary?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. The wedding is over Downs.
Oh, that was it. Yes, the honeymoon is over. That was it. Honeymoon is over, Downs. Can you just finish off by telling us what you're going to be having a chat about?
Oh, I don't know. Probably just gonna chat about stuff. 4th of July. Probably a lot along the lines of the post I made regarding Brendan today on Facebook, Stephen, and stuff. Just because it's 4th of July, and we'll just talk about some stuff. I haven't fully decided yet, but I'm definitely gonna be talking about Brendan and showing the artwork that I posted in my Facebook post today. And I'm gonna put it together over the next couple hours. So.
Excellent. I must admit,
Sam William Henry 582 with me.
Good.
So
you're
probably sleeping though. So
yeah, the phone calls are interesting, aren't they? Because they really do reflect that. These are just two people that are in a bit of strife. Jody, through her own fault, Steve through no fault of his own. And I mean, they're just carrying on as normal people would talk. It's I've particularly the one on the phone call on was it the 30th or the 31st, and that one where she's saying to him about what was the one where she was accusing him of
30th. She was
having some other interest, and
calls on the 30th. She gets really she's getting really insecure, and she's accusing him of a lot of things.
I mean, look, I get that. I do get that, because if somebody's on the outside and they're not speaking to you every minute of the day, then you're going to wonder what's going on. But I mean, Steve's a simple guy. He made it quite clear that that's all he wanted. And you've only got to listen then to the. I actually did a clip. It's still out there on YouTube of Steve speaking to Chucky, and Chuck saying that it's over. Yes, it's over. And Chuck's trying to say to him, don't worry, there's many more fish in the sea. But you could tell that he was really, really devastated that Jody had sort of given up.
Yeah,
and I still have a lot of sympathy for her, even though she seems to have turned into this guilt, not in the sense, not in the way that Heartless has done, but
TikTok Man Talk was showing how the SAIG Facebook page now is like basically pandering to Lynn Hartman.
Yeah, it's all they. It's
one bad word about Lynn, we're kicking you out. It's like, oh, really? Snowflake much?
Yeah. What else? What else have they got to hang on to?
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess she's their big go-to celebrity. I guess.
I've just noticed you've got a black shirt. I've got a black shirt.
Yeah. Nice tie.
Have you got a?
Slightly different ties, though, but here's mine, of course. There you go. Paul will show you his. They're slightly different.
Well, here's mine.
But they're both say Wrecking Crew, which makes them awesome.
Which makes me your older brother. So you listen to me, Paul.
What arbitrary thing about these ties did you base that? Jesus Christ. Here comes the havering. Caution, havering ahead, folks. Anyway.
I'm going to let you go, dude. Because
Billy, hey, wait, hold on. Millbilly, do you want to talk about the calls tonight? You want to come on and talk about the calls tonight? If you do, send me an email. Erekose, MAM, @gmail.com. All right. Go ahead.
I know that one off by heart and all.
I'm letting Millbilly know.
Yeah, good, excellent. The more the merrier, I say. As I've said to you before, I think it's absolutely brilliant the way that that it's taken a while, but if you remember way back when you did your video with the kilt, and you wanted people to. No, I'm not trying to embarrass you. I'm being genuine here.
Mm-hmm.
It was a case of trying to get people to discuss the case and come on and chat.
Inspire people to start making videos, making noise on their own. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yes, I get the fact that sometimes we are in our own echo chamber, but what we can do is we can kind of inspire other people, keep the conversation going, keep the fun going. I mean, it's quiet at the moment. Yeah, we're still waiting on Judge Suck at this, but wait, just you wait till she finally makes a decision. I for one, am looking forward to various people doing videos, and in particular, the Erekose.
We're gonna be like picking away at it. Here's more bullshit. Look right here. Anyway.
Yes, disingenuousness.
Yes, disingenuous Wisconsin.
Yes. Yep. Anyway, I think we've havered for long enough. Shall we finish off with a wee tune?
Sure.
Well, because I know that this one will inspire them to shut us down completely. But to hell with it. I mean, even if we only have the fun of this, I mean, there's 20 people out there that have watched this. So listen. I get the fact that for some people it's we have to. If I was doing this at a different level, yes, but I'm not. So I mean, if they shut us down tomorrow, if they shut me down, I mean, I've shut them down a few times. I think I've crashed YouTube a few times.
Like purple, dude. That's what's gonna happen. Watch.
Go on. Let's give it to the end of the chorus, okay? And I will mute. Oh, no, I can't mute my mic. You'll have to mute your mic because you'll do the awoo out of time. Oh, to hell with it.
Whatever. Walking through the streets of Soho in the rain. He was looking for a place called the Whole Flip. Gonna get a big dish of cheese.
Ow! Werewolves of London. Ow!
There you go. We're howling at the moon and it isn't even out here yet. It is for you, actually, I think, but not for me yet. All right, it's been fun, buddy.
Yeah.
Like I said, Bill, hit me up if you want to talk about those calls tonight with me and Sam William Henry 582. Send me an email. We'll figure out how to get you on the live. Allie and any of the members of the Wrecking Crew, Denise, all you guys, if you guys are watching this and you guys want to come on tonight too, let me know if you're interested. All right. If you haven't already, hit subscribe for this guy.
Just
behavior, we love him anyway.
Yeah, but just explain how easy it is to come on and chat on a video.
Well, once you get there, it's real easy. Sometimes getting through
That's what I meant. Sorry.
Getting you on, that's the trouble. So,
well, but can I just point something out?
Sure.
Getting onto Hangouts must be easy, because even I can do it.
There you go.
What more do we need to say?
That's about the least havering statement you'll ever get out of this guy. There you go, right there.
Anyway, buddy, I've got to keep it. I've got to move on. Keep her moving.